The basketball world has a funny and sometimes dramatic way of reminding fans that nothing ever stays stable for long. One moment a player is going viral for highlights, flashy plays, and rising hype clips everywhere, and the next moment the entire conversation shifts completely into something nobody wants to see. Right now, that spotlight has turned toward Chloe Kitts, and her story has suddenly taken a serious and emotional turn that caught fans completely off guard. Chloe Kitts is not some random college athlete who just appeared out of nowhere and got attention by chance. She entered South Carolina with a serious reputation already built long before she stepped onto the court. A five-star recruit, highly rated across national rankings, heavily watched by scouts and analysts, and constantly discussed by fans who love to predict greatness before a player even fully develops at the college level. And to be fair, she didn't disappoint those expectations at all. She showed clear flashes of her potential, proving she belongs in one of the most competitive and demanding women's basketball programs in the country. Even though she wasn't always the main headline star, her impact was visible, and her development was steadily moving in the right direction. But just when things were starting to feel like they were building toward a breakout moment, the story suddenly took a sharp and unexpected twist. Instead of headlines filled with highlight plays, dominant performances, or rising stats, Chloe Kitts began trending for something much more painful and unfortunate in sports: injury news. And not just a small knock or minor setback, but one of the most feared injuries in basketball, the torn ACL, which instantly changes everything about a player's season and career timeline. That single moment completely changed the direction of her season. An ACL injury is not something that allows a player to push through or tough it out. It shuts everything down immediately. For Chloe, it meant that her entire 2025 to 2026 season was gone before it even had the chance to properly develop into anything meaningful on the court. Fans reacted exactly the way fans always do in situations like this. First came the shock and disbelief, then the emotional reactions, and then the sudden wave of motivational comments like, "She'll come back stronger," and "We're waiting for her return," as if social media suddenly turns into a medical rehab center every time a star athlete gets injured. But what makes Chloe Kitts' situation more interesting is that this is not a story of someone fading away from the spotlight. Instead, it feels more like a pause in a career that still has a lot of unfinished chapters ahead. The hype didn't disappear, and the expectations didn't vanish. They were simply put on hold until she returns. Before the injury, she had already been building a strong and important role at South Carolina, a program known for producing elite-level talent and competing at the highest level every single season. In that environment, nothing is given freely. Every minute on the court is earned through performance, consistency, and discipline, and only the strongest mentally and physically survive that system. Her playing style has always been based on energy, physical strength, and impact rather than flashy highlight dominance. She is the type of player who may not always be the face of viral clips, but consistently contributes in ways that matter: rebounds, defensive pressure, hustle plays, and physical presence that disrupts opponents even when she is not scoring heavily. Off the court, she does not live the exaggerated, celebrity athlete lifestyle that fans sometimes assume comes with being a well-known college player. There is no constant drama, no over-the-top public behavior, and no attention-seeking lifestyle moments. Instead, her life is structured around training sessions, recovery work, team responsibilities, and the normal but demanding routine of being a student athlete at an elite basketball program. And yes, her personal life has also become part of the public conversation, because fans naturally turn every athlete into a storyline whether it's needed or not. She has been linked with fellow South Carolina basketball player Colin Murray Boyles, and together they have been jokingly labeled by fans as a kind of campus basketball power couple, even though both are still focused heavily on their individual careers. But even with that attention, her relationship life does not overshadow her main identity, which is still firmly basketball. Right now, most of her time is dedicated to rehabilitation, rebuilding strength, working through recovery programs, and staying mentally connected with her team even while she is not physically able to contribute on the court. This is the part of sports that many fans often underestimate or ignore completely. Injury recovery is not just about healing the body, it is a long and mentally exhausting process. For a young athlete used to competing daily, improving constantly, and being active in games, sitting out for months can be more frustrating than any on-court loss. The positive side of her situation is that this is not the end of her journey. It is simply a pause, a forced break that changes the timeline but does not erase the destination. She is widely expected to return next season, assuming recovery goes smoothly, and continue her college basketball career with renewed focus and motivation. That is where her story becomes even more interesting, because sports history is full of athletes who return from major injuries with something to prove. And those are often the players who come back more focused, more disciplined, and sometimes even more dangerous than before because of everything they went through during recovery. Right now, Chloe Kitts is in what can be described as the silent development phase of her career. It is the stage where fans don't see highlight reels or game performances, but real progress is still happening behind the scenes every single day through rehab, training, and mental preparation for a comeback. So even though she is currently trending for unfortunate reasons, the bigger picture of her career is still wide open. This moment does not define her legacy or future. It simply delays the next chapter of a story that is still very much in progress and far from finished. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more detailed college basketball stories and updates, because there is always another major storyline developing in this sport every single week. For more deep, entertaining, and engaging basketball content like this, make sure you follow Celescore TV, where every player's journey is turned into a story worth watching until the very last moment.